So let's see. The stream is on. Let's see if we're live. Should be working. On. Quick sound test. Test. Heredity test. Quick sound test. Cool. Heredity test. All right. I wasn't live for a long time, but it's cool to be live again. Yeah, hopefully now more regularly. Live is live. Life is live. Life is life. So today, let me open here. Put it here to the side, so I see the chart. Someone is typing something in, so I can see it. Cool. With that, we're going to start the fun live stream. So let's see what this year of live streaming brings in terms of content I'm going to produce. Hello, Kenny Place. Cool that you're joining the stream. So I definitely want to have just a bit of fun when streaming. So making all kind of different animation challenge. So today we're going to try out the magic wheel, where a wheel, like 3 wheels, will decide on what I have to animate. We're jumping into a second. But maybe, yeah, also if you have any questions, I can do also a question round, answer some questions, or even do some mini tutorials live if you're interested in. But today we're going just have some fun, and let's see what the result will be of the animation challenge. Can't wait for that. And yeah, even if you have an idea for an animation challenge, just write it in the comments in the chat so I can pick it up in the future. And yeah, next work, just having fun animating and see what funny animations we can create in the stream. So with that, I would say let's jump in. Let's go here. I also fixed here some or tried to improve a bit the streaming quality. So I think the sound should be working. I hope the image quality is also good enough for now. And we can go in. And with that, I think I have to switch screens here. The screens. Let me go here. So hopefully also for the next stream I will be a little bit more in the flow. Today was more technical things I had to solve here. To solve a couple of technical things. And with that, we're going to jump into the animation challenge. So, let me open this here. We're switching the screen so you can see, hopefully, the 3 wheels here. And On the first wheel, we have this universe. And out of the universe, I have to pick a character. Here, I thought even maybe for the future, if I'm doing this again, is to write in specific characters. So, yeah, depending on where the wheel is landing, I have to pick a character. Like, yeah, for example, just write the names here out. Right now, I have it a little bit more opened up here. And also, if you have more franchise things you want to see, just drop it so I can pick, I can add them in the future. The second one is, I think, the actual action I have to animate. So as you can see, we have here dramatic hair, falling in love, earth bending could be cool, powering up, evil villain love. So a couple of things here also looks fun already. Let's see, some are more challenging, some maybe a bit more easy. And the third wheel, the third wheel is the actual style I have to animate in. So what have we in? Mappa style, so kawaii style, South Park, or South Park could be also fun. Disney Classic, or Disney Classic is, I feel like Disney Classic is one of the most difficult one. Because it's more away from the style I used to animate in. But yeah, could be also fun. Stick figure, I also never animated actually stick figures. So let's start spinning the wheels! Oh! Before that, I forgot to drink. Sometimes hours pass by and you forgot to drink. Okay, cool. So let's spin the first wheel. La 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 la. Let's see. From which universe I have to animate the character. Naruto. Ooh, Naruto, One Piece. One Piece. I'm animating One Piece every day right now. I thought for this challenge I could animate something else. But I'm already I'm in the animation challenge where I'm animating right now. What is it? 38 days in a row, One Piece. And I have to do it again now. Maybe this could even be part of my One Piece animation challenge also. But yeah, it's One Piece, so I have to choose a One Piece character. Maybe I will pick someone else than Luffy, because I animated Luffy more. But yeah, I think that's Destiny. So for the first one, we have to One Piece. Now the action, or the actual thing we have to animate. Let's see. La 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 la, the wheel spinning. Beep boop beep boop. Something summoned. Flying gliding. Flying gliding. It is. It's almost like an animation I've did yesterday. Like I've did this year. So with that, I would say the animation. I can show you in a second. Let me quickly switch the screen here. Here. Yeah, I would say with that, the animation is finished. Could be. Now we have to look at the style we're going to animate in. Yeah, as you can see, I'm already animating One Piece a lot right now. But let's go back here to our magic wheel and spin the last one. So we're flying, gliding with One Piece. And now let's pick the style. Let's see what will come up. The magic wheel is spinning. In. Ooh, in the Studio Ghibli style. Okay, I think this will be challenging. So we have One Piece. We have flying, gliding in the Studio Ghibli style. Okay, Studio Ghibli is a bit more challenging. I mean, I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, I love it, but it's going to be fun. Okay, so let's see which character we're going to animate first from the One Piece universe. I think it would be even more fun for the future than to have a specific character. So we have One Piece. La 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 la. One Piece. We have flying. Slash gliding. Is it correctly like this? Let's hope so. And we have Studio Ghibli style. Studio Ghibli. Okay, these three parameters. Okay, let's see. Like if you have like a character mind you want to see, drop it in the chat. So maybe I will choose that, depends. Then also let's see like which character could be. I could imagine like animating Frankie and making him look like more ancient, like in the Ghibli style, like mystic. So this could be something. Could be something fun. Frankie. What, please? This could be something fun. Robot. Just looking here. As one option. So we go Frankie. Giant robot. Ancient look. This could fit like the Studio Ghibli style. And then we could make him fly somewhere. Maybe let's go with that. Could be a fun execution. Yeah. I'm thinking if we could do something else. Let me quickly check out Studio Ghibli. How was it? Was it Castle in the Sky? The movie? I have to think of that one. Castle in the Sky. Castle in the Sky. The castle in the sky. I mean, let's quickly look into it. Let me switch scenes here. Just for the style, I thought of something like this here. And then making Frankie like looking super ancient, like he belongs to a universe, like he. Maybe we see I think there was also like a robot here. Yeah, here. Comes a little bit later. Yeah, I love the visuals. But maybe we could do something in a style like this. Or Frankie is even like the castle in the sky, not just a robot. Yeah, here we have super cool animations. So let's do something like this. So we're making like maybe a little scene here where Frankie has a little bit more like an ancient look, like this robot here, and then also maybe make him fly somewhere. I would say something like this is cool. So let's get into it and have some fun. Let's see. Of course, I won't be able like to finish it with like in one session, but let's see how far we come, and maybe we can do the rough animation at least. So what I need is to see Frankie robot. If I find like a simple character reference of Frankie. Maybe something like this here could work. One-piece character sheets. And sometimes you find also here, like, just as a reference, like these are super early. Here we go a bit more down. I also liked the original design from Frankie, a bit more human. So I also find Frankie as a character a bit more fun. But I don't think, yeah, these are only the old ones probably. So we don't have yet Frankie as a big robot here. Maybe like this here. Frankie robot, one-piece character sheet. Maybe something like this is also already enough. Or like this here is also fun. And I think I will go from there. This also. This here looks also fun. So just like when animating and sketching things a bit better out, it's always good to use just some reference. And I think we could start from here and jump in. Next to it, I'm going to open up a bit of my reference, just save. And yeah, these little preparations definitely help then to execute your idea. Execution. Cool. Cool. I think with that we could almost jump in right now. Let's go. Okay, I think I would even split up the scenes, like where we have like Frankie, like with one idea would be to have Frankie like in the sky and like inspired by Cass in the sky, like in the air. So just to like sketch out the basic idea would be to have a baby here like this. It's also funny, like the shapes are also similar to like from Cass in the sky. Like this maybe. Maybe putting the hands here. So this is almost like a storyboard I'm doing, where I just place the elements I want to have and see could it look nice before then spending too much time on sketching it better out or animating it. Maybe like this here. This would be like a bit like the perspective setup here. And then of course key here would be also like to have the clouds on a nice, maybe make it even a bit more smaller here. Maybe like this here. And what's important will be here to have the clouds here for the background. Maybe like this. And we don't want to see too much here, so you have that mysterious look going on. And here you the front you have some clouds, and also here. And we only see a bit of Frankie here as an ancient robot. And maybe this could even be like the real future of Frankie. Who knows? So just as a little idea, where we have Frankie here in the sky. Hello, Mohamed Kassab. Will you explaining more about the challenge? So I've spent 3 wheels. Can quickly show it to you again. I spin 3 wheels. Quickly here. Like here you have 3 wheels. With the first one was like from which character, for which franchise I have to animate a character. The second one was like the actual action, like flying or gliding, and the wheel number 3 in which style. So we have now Frankie from the One Piece universe. He has to fly or glide somehow in the air, and all that in the Studio Ghibli style. And right now we are in the exploration phase on how the animation will look like, and storyboarding just a bit on what we're going to animate. This is where we are at. And if you, of course, for the future, if you have any other cool animation challenge ideas or characters or universes you want to see here for the magic wheel, just let me know. So this could be here one option. We have him here like here in the air, and maybe we could say here even like some birds are flying up here. We have that scale a little bit of Frankie's looking big. Of course, what you could always also do then is here explore or improve even a bit the perspective. So maybe or even duplicate that here. And maybe make him a little bit smaller here. So he appears a bit more away. And then we make the clouds a bit bigger here. Like this. And here is also interesting on how you sketch in the clouds and the perspective setup you're using. And let's see, maybe now let's sketch Frankie a bit better out. A bit better. Choose a smaller brush here. Let's see which one we're using. And of course, what also would be nice is a bit to look at Studio Ghibli drawings to determine the style a bit better. Maybe like this. And I don't want to add too many details, so we have that cool, like that cool mystic look going on. And I definitely also want some clouds here in the front. But maybe what I'm going to do first before spending here more time is keeping this here, then going to Canvas, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, go to perspective. And let's see, maybe add horizon somewhere here. And quickly determine the perspective setup we're looking at. So maybe we have the horizon somewhere here. So with that, you're saving yourself a lot of time then just sketching things out if you have some perspective reference here. Maybe like this. Is this too high? Is it like the angle? The angle too high? I'm not sure. But yeah, these are the things then you can explore. Maybe like this here is a bit better. Maybe something like this could work for now. Let's increase the thickness for now. This is the drawing. Maybe only for this first layer here. And then we could just go in here and roughly, doesn't have to be perfect, and block out where your character will be just in perspective. So this helps a little bit just with the alignment, stuff like this. I know sometimes it's a little bit boring to do like this perspective work, but yeah, it has value in the long run for the element and the things you're adding here. Maybe like this. So I'm indicating just some elements of the character here. So yeah, I know where to place things. And also what you also could do is like even like this here. Set up little boxes for your clouds. So you can also position them in perspective space correctly. Like this. And yeah, at the end, everything you're sketching or animating, what you're doing, you can set up like in boxes first. The perspective setup in boxes. So let's put them here. All right, I think this is enough for now. Just with the perspective boxes here. Let's delete this again. Can also delete this one again. Can delete this one. And now we could go over and sketch in roughly our first version here of Frankie. Frankie. So we have to animate him like here. Like this. And the head will be here. Maybe make him a little bit like this. The eyes will be here. And maybe we even say, okay, he lost parts of his body. Doing some files or whatsoever, so some parts maybe are even hanging here out. So we don't know, like, if he's still functioning or not. Like this here. And maybe then we would have to look up some character reference. I just thought to maybe let the M hang here a little bit more. Maybe like this here. Something like this here could be working. Maybe making this here a bit bigger, if you like. And yeah, especially in the beginning, be rough. Don't look at your actual line quality, because you're like sketching anyways more on top. So just explore here in terms of composition and shapes. Maybe like this here. Just for the basic shapes we're establishing. And now to the clouds. Would be also interesting then for the clouds design. To make them more look like more from Studio Ghibli. Oh. It's also a little bit like if we want to put some curved lines here, like this here. Maybe. Let's do another round here. Now sketch things a bit better out. So the head here, I'm not sure about the head. Trying to find a shape here, like if I'm going to make it a bit destroyed or not. Maybe like this here. Maybe okay for now. And what also could be fun is to add a bit of like trees on top. So having a bit more like the wheel, yeah, giving more the Ghibli vibes, but I have to see if I find a good reference image for that. Referenze image. Maybe this one will do. Let's open this one here. Let's open this one here. Just for the vibe. Cool, 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 cool. And put me some music in the background. Na 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 na. So we're going to continue here in a second. So maybe with these things here, we're starting here to add a little bit trees, stuff like this. So we know, okay, it's more ancient, and maybe even on the, like, in front of the face here. So yeah, the last time maybe Frankie isn't even active anymore. Of course, it's still life in him. But the adventures with the Straw Hat Pirates was a long time ago. It's already funny. Do we need this? So right now it's finding a balance here in terms of details and stuff we're going to add and trees. It reminds me a little bit like the robot from the Egghead arc. Like this here. And yeah, it's the question like if these are trees or like plants dropping down or old mechanical parts or both. Also, like if you have an idea I should integrate here, just write it in the chat. Maybe we make it even like here, things, trees, grass, whatever is grown here on top here. And we want everything here also a little bit destroyed here. old ancient Frankie. Okay, I find it looks fun already. Frankie! If we're looking at just like this, yeah. Things come to life here, like the old mighty Frankie. And now I do think it would be cool, like, show here a bit from the bottom. Maybe like this here. And I'm only sketching the legs for now, I think, to this part here. Because in front of that will be clouds, I think. I think that's like a cooler effect. Perspective is not right there, but it's okay for now. And maybe we have also things here like dropping down from Frankie. Maybe this here works better in terms of perspective. The right leg. So this is our ancient Frankie here. And you just see like a little bit from the old, maybe like adding the number here. But also not everything. Maybe like this here. Or maybe in a different style. Maybe like this here. I feel like it's already fun to look at. And of course, now we could always go in and add more details. But at some point also you don't want to overcommit here. And then also it's a question, like how we're going to add the details. Maybe like just like this here. Cool! Cool! And then if we're animating it, if we're animating it, would be on the question, like if we're animating more the clouds or Frankie itself here. But I feel like it's already fun. And now for the clouds, maybe I'm not even sure like if we should add like too much perspective here or make the clouds super big in the background. No. So this is something now where you really can, especially when adding clouds is always fun, but play a lot like which style does look good here. And maybe, like as I said here, the clouds also going over Frankie here. Like this. Maybe like this here. So I'm just building layers of clouds to have a cool effect. With the clouds, and maybe even some small cloud shapes here. To have some size variations in it. I mean, they could even have a shape like this. Yeah, not sure. Maybe we keep it for now like this. And quickly blend out the drawing guide, blend out this just to have a look on where we are at. I would also say, like an easy thing to do would be to add here some birds flying up on ancient Frankie. So we have just like some scale that is helping us on like how big is Frankie actually here. And yeah, he is meant to be really, really big. Cool. I feel like the style is always, it's okay. Of course, we could add like more trees here, stuff like this. But maybe we're going already now in the animation phase. So Frankie is positioned. So now let's group everything here. Put it in a group. I'm activating the animation mode. Create a new layer here. Not here. Now it's a question. The question of the question. Probably we don't even have to animate Frankie here for the first one. Okay. So actually what we're going to do is like do one version where we sketch out the clouds a bit better out. And also let's quickly see just as reference how clouds look in Studio Ghibli. I think I will just watch quickly here into the trailer just to share it with you. Into the trailer. Of Studio Ghibli Princess Mononoke. Maybe we have some. Yeah, I feel like here the clouds are more painted actually, not sketched out. But yeah, maybe this here one gives already a good impression of clouds. Yeah, one of the best animated movies, and also with a story or time. So I'm just grabbing here a screenshot, and then you can use it a bit as a reference. Like you can sketch clouds in so many different styles. What's here looks also beautiful. But yeah, you really have the painted style. So I think that's enough. Let me open this up here on the side. Just one example for the clouds. So I'm doing one like more sketch version of the clouds. And then I think I'm going to animate the clouds. Just slightly, let's see. I mean, also clouds are moving so slow. Or like for this idea, it could be enough to let them move just slowly. Maybe like this here. Like this. So I'm connecting my lines just a bit. Like this. Would be, of course, also interesting to paint them a bit out. But we're keeping now. And this cloud here is in front of the character, right? So we also have to bring that in a second. So like this here, can blend that out. Delete that here, go on top, and like here, Frankie will not be visible. Like this. I feel like even we could put more clouds in front of Frankie. Maybe just cover up a bit more of the body to make it look more mystic. So we have this here. And maybe, let's see, where could we add more clouds? Maybe I'm just trying to think of like where another cloud could look cool. Maybe somewhere here, maybe here, like this, wrapped around. Could look good. Let's check it out. Check it out. Maybe something like this here. Maybe yes, maybe no. Da 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 da. Okay. What do you think? I think this cloud shape here adds a nice little touch here. I'm not like 100 happy about the shape itself, but yeah, they're still adding something on top. Like it maybe the problem doesn't look like a cloud shape. Hello, Jane Breaker. Have a nice day, bros. Thank you for sharing your journey. This helps us all with ours. Super cool. Thanks for joining the stream and commenting. I'm also going here out of water. Of my water. Need more water soon. More water. But maybe not sure. Like, oh, I've put against my camera. If I should now invest the time into another cloud shape. Maybe we leave it like that. The cloud shape is dissolving. I'm not sure about that. And what we're going to do is erase all the birds here. And now create here a new layer. We don't want to see this and this for now. Group that. And now what we're going to do is duplicate this one. Or let's do it else here. We're just duplicating the whole layer and see what don't we need. We don't need this one, or maybe for the first one we need it. We need this one. We need this one. We need this one. This one we can delete. So, and now what we're going to do, we're going to hold this for a couple of frames. Also, what I like to do when you're animating on the iPad, just a quick tip here, is to put it on 24 frames per second. So you're familiar on how long you want to, like for one, it's like standard in 2D animation to animate in 24. Of course, also what I did a couple of years ago when you're practicing and things are too fast for you in 24 frames per second, just make it slower, play with that. But I think it's in the long term, at some point, it's a better habit to keep it on 24 frames per second, because then it's more similar to other animation programs like Clip Studio Paint, where you know, okay, I'm having this, for example, for the whole duration of 3 frames here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have it on 4s. So you know what it means to animate on 4s, on 2s. For example, this here would be now animating on 2s. I also make it like, because every drawing we hold it like for 2 frames. And this is only working, of course, if you put it on 20 frames per second instead of like having 12. You could also say you're animating on 2s, but in overall you're animating with 12 frames per second. I hope that makes sense. As a little tip here, when animating on the iPad, I like just to put it in the beginning when I start animating, then on 20 frames per second. Cool. And now what we're going to do, so we're holding the first one here, like 4. And now I just wanted to add like a simple effect. And it's also the question if we want to have like Frankie moving up a bit step by step or not. So maybe like this here in total. Could be already too much. Could be too much. So now it's really animation is a lot of trial and error. So like this here maybe. But we also have to see how we're going to animate the birds in. And now I'm just thinking about what's more easy. Maybe let's do the bird first here. And this is also something where Procreate sometimes reach its limits, just in terms of how you align your layers. So it's more helpful for simple animations. So you can see if you get more layers and things get more complicated, stuff like this, then you reach a little bit your limit with your layers. But we could say now maybe like this here. Duplicate it again, delete this here. To have some birds here flying up. Just organizing my layers here. Maybe a couple less here. Duplicate it again. And here we're going to just adding here a couple of birds. I feel like this helps a lot, like with the size and stuff like this. So maybe just for the basic, of course, now we could, like you could like animate these birds until you're dead. And now what we could also think, oh, like which kind of cranky animation or motion we're going to add. Or if we should just animate the clouds. And also, I feel like you don't have to animate them in every layer. So maybe let's blend them out for a second. Like this. And see in which direction things are going to move. So we want just some tiny movement here. So I'm just going to add some cloud movements now. Na, 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 na. Maybe like this, and also maybe some music in the background. And this often with animation, your ideas could work, your ideas could not work. But you're only going to find out if you're trying. Maybe like this. And as you can see, of course, you should take a bit more time when you really want to finish this animation to sketch the clouds a bit better out. But patience is not one of my strongest character traits, I would say. Maybe put it here. And what we also need is deleting this one here. Now again, same thing. We could even say we're holding the clouds here a bit longer, so I don't have to sketch them for every frame. So what I'm doing is just duplicating this one and also having it see it on the next layer. And now I'm doing it again here. Na na na. So we could remove this one. We could remove this one. And also, just a second, let me fill up my bottle of water. Cool. So back. So where are we at? So we have ancient Frankie here. Maybe like this. Now we have to sketch in another shapes of clouds. So and now you just want to, like if you're animating this, keep the direction. Na, 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 na. So let's go quickly through here. And let's move the cloud a little bit more in that direction. This one is moving to the right. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Na, 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 na. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Na, 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 na. This one is moving to the left. Do, 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 na, na, na. Okay, now this one here. Moving more in that direction. Da, 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 da. This one is moving to the top, I think was right. Cool. So trying to speed things up here a bit. And now we also have to delete this layer here. Oh, was it right? Like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think this one was wrong. And also the last one, we can also already delete it. And yeah, step by step things are going to be more alive. Hello, yes, the Procreate Dreams. No, I'm using right now the normal Procreate version. But of course, I also animated a bit in Procreate Dreams. I also like it. But sometimes I feel like the user interface from the normal Procreate version, I also like it, like for more simple animations and testing ideas and stuff like this. So yeah, I like to animate them both. How about you? What are you guys preferring? Animating in Procreate, Dream Procreate, but also, of course, I think my favorite one, like for more complex animations, Clip Studio Paint. But yeah, the feeling on the sketching also Procreate is nice. So we have things here more alive step by step. Bit more to go. Cool. So like this here. This one was moving to the left. Got it here like this here. This one also to the left here. And I think this one to the right. To the right, to the left. Isn't there a song like to the left, to the right? Cool. Cool, and the last one here. Na 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 na. Think there's no better thing than listening to Dragon Ball music while animating. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Cool. Of course, you could take a little bit more time to like sketch the clouds a bit better out, but here to make some progress, I'm speeding up a bit the process. Yes, this writing, I'm still beginner in Procreate, still don't understand digital art. I don't know why almost artists have special words for them works. So I'm using, like in Procreate, one of the basic brushes here is called Ringaruna. But I adapt or adjusted some settings. So I think for the normal Ringaruna, like you have that your lines have some adjustments to it, as you can see. Like if I would sketch, for example, this here, it makes it more round. I hope you see what I mean. So it modifies the shape of the line. And I don't like that so much. For cleaning up things, it can be useful, but I turned it off completely. So when I'm sketching lines, it's just a line I'm actually drawing. So I like that more. I think, yeah, everyone has different preferences there. But yeah, these are some things. And yeah, you can use the normal brushes, but then just go into settings and play a bit with the settings there and test out what do you like here, make things higher, lower, play a bit and see what settings you like. And of course, then I think it's just the more you sketch digital or in a program, the faster you get used to it in that program. Okay, cool. So let's bring the last clouds here to a more finished state. Or let them move a bit more here toward the screen. Like this. Cool, 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 cool. No, 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 no. Cool. Okay. We forgot actually one cloud in the background. Like this one, somewhere we dropped it here. So let's just go in there and add it back here. And also here. Da, 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 da. Cool. So what I also would add, like when finishing the animation, I would export it and like have a camera zoom. For example, I would do it in After Effects. I think, for example, in this case, you could also do it in Procreate Dreams. If you're using Procreate, no, I'm using just a normal Procreate version. But I was thinking maybe just for fun, before ending the stream, we're going to add a little impact frame to give things here like a cool kick at the end. So what we're going to do is activating Frankie now. By just adding a couple more of birds here that are moving just a tiny bit. And then we want to activate Frankie from his sleep after thousands of years. So maybe we just see here some things coming up. To see how we're going to make that effect. Maybe like this here. And now this probably seems and is also now a little bit annoying for me because I don't want to sketch any clouds more. But adding that little ease out here, I think will help the effect we're going to create in a second. Like this. Cool, 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 cool. Hey. Like this here. And something I realized also, like this one cloud isn't moving here in the last one. So we have to delete it here. And now add it here. Like this. Cool. So, and also I forgot to track this line here. So what's always practical and good, track your lines you're animating in. Go back and forth, helps you to see mistakes, make corrections. Like this. So our ancient Frankie here is in the sky. And now what we're going to add is, just for fun, so we have it in a little impact frame here to activate our cool Frankie figure in the sky. So I'm going to duplicate it again, and now comes the fun part. Going to add here black layer, this one white, and now let's see. Now you can be super creative. You can be super creative with your impact frames. Just thinking how we're going to make it. Maybe like from his eye here. We have some shapes, but it has to look cooler. Maybe something like this. And now I want to also have it faster. So the first one is maybe looking like this. Duplicating it again, delete this. Decrease here the transparency so we see something. Create a new layer inside here, and maybe now we're making this one white. Go here into the black color. Let's see. And now it's really just playing here a bit with the effect. Maybe this could be something that fits to Frankie. I think when putting this on once is okay. Like this here. Now again duplicating it. Duplicate, duplicate. Bup, 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 bup. Now again reverse. And now it would be cool to flash out like the whole scene. Coming here almost out of nowhere. And we're adding here some light. Just double check if it could work. Yeah, it could work. Maybe this has to be a bit shorter. Okay, let's continue with activating our Frankie. So I'm not fully rendering like the impact frame now out, just indicating here how the look will be. Maybe like this here, duplicate it again, make it like this, delete this, and now the light comes more here to the front. Maybe like this here. So the light is traveling here across our scene. Maybe like this here. Maybe making hold that a bit longer. Here's a question. Also, if you want to just quickly look if something could look better doing somehow else, just duplicate it and then you don't lose your old version. Not sure about this one. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's okay. And then is the question now. If we're adding an else effect here, or increase that little eye effect here. Just testing things here. to make this activation effect here from Frankie a bit cooler. Something like this could work. Maybe like this. And now again in black. Yeah, looks fun so far. Could be a bit slower. Like this part here is not working. I think you would probably have to sketch it a bit better out. But yeah, we're activating Frankie here almost with the first version. And maybe making adding more of this. Let me quickly, you can also just, if you don't want to sketch it a lot, you can just also use the lasso tool, for example. Sometimes also a good big time saver. And then later you're going to improve a bit the shapes. I feel like the last shape could be a bit different. And he's really playing with different ideas you have, like how big you want to make something, how small. So just trying a bigger shape here, trying smaller shapes, just playing with some ideas that come in my mind when I'm just exploring this idea here. Maybe something like this here could be fun. Maybe like this, yeah. I feel like this looks fun. Yeah, it looks fun, I would say. AC Entertainment is running any rig for shorthands. Any rig for shorthands. So maybe if you specify, I can understand it better. Any rig, any trick for shorthands? Like for shortcuts or for like sketching hands or like how you animate faster in Procreate. For example, I've set, like if you mean this, I've set up my canvas in Procreate, like if I'm holding, I get different options and I can turn off animation assist, turn it on. I can turn off and on onion skin. I create a new layer or not. Yeah. So maybe this helps. And I feel like the animation turned on fun. Of course, we could also think about adding. So what's happening after the activation here? So this looks fun so far. And I feel like we could have like some kind of laser pointing in that direction here. I think would be a fun idea. Scanning here the area. Maybe here like this here. Duplicating it again, deleting. Oh no, it's not like this. And maybe then make it a bit bigger here then. Okay, but I think this will be something for another time. Like sketching out the laser here now in a cool and nice way. Probably take a bit too much time. But you just have to have it as an idea. I think you get the idea what could happen after it. And maybe what we could do is then also what could be nice is to like have one layer at least where we sketch out or render things a bit. So we would go in here and say, okay, the light is coming from the top. So here we would render things here up a bit. Of course, on this layer here. Like this. I think I probably, let's see, won't have time to render everything now. But yeah, definitely the vibe, the whole mood comes more together, of course, when you then also adding shadow and stuff like this. This probably will be in shadow, shadow, shadow. Like this. Looks cool. And now also for the clouds here. Adding here cooler dynamic. Like this. I think we have to go here also for this one on top. And then, yeah, you just would go in here. Render things up. So it's the question, maybe we would do the shadows for the clouds here, this color. So not rendering things here perfectly out. Of course, if doing it properly, it's a little bit too rough. But just to give us a first impression how it could come together when adding colors. Cool. And now for Frankie, we're using like a more like this color. To add the shadows. Maybe we should even put this whole part here in shadow. No, it's okay, I think. Cool, 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 cool. See, this part here is always in the shadow. Yeah, probably we should do the shadows here similar on both sides. I think that makes more sense. So yeah, a bit rough right now, but yeah, I feel like it's giving a good first impression on how the vibe could be. And of course, you could also use then a bit darker tone for the bottom parts here. To make that read a bit more easy. Cool. A bit rushed, but yeah, things get then also a lot of fun when you start to render things a bit better out. Cool. This is how our Frankie here comes together. And let us hold this just like this. So this was the first session. Hands and body. So I'm definitely going, like I already have some tutorials on how to sketch a bit the hands and body. Also did, I think, if you look at the live stream section a little bit more down, I have some content on it, maybe even on Patreon, but I'm definitely going to keep it in mind and maybe make another session on it in the future. Thanks anyways for letting me know, so I always know what you like to learn more about. And I feel like the magic wheel session with animating Frankie in like he's somehow flying in the sky in the Studio Ghibli style. Yeah, it was fun, the first session. I feel like the world result turned out fun. Like, we don't have that super crazy dynamic fight scene or action, but yeah, I feel that's fun with the magic wheels. Like, each time we're getting something else. And yeah, I like the result. Turned out fun. Let me know what you think. And yeah, also if you want to see the magic wheels, we go again here. If you want to see the magic wheels again in another session, where we have, like, for the first one, maybe I could write, not sure yet, or maybe I keep it open, like from which universe we are animating a character. And also, if you have more ideas for a specific universe franchise you want to see, drop it in the comments. Then, like, which action we're going to see, and then also in which style we're going to animate. Also, if you have an idea for a fourth wheel or switching up a wheel with another idea, just let me know. And with that, it was a fun session again. I didn't stream, I think, yeah, it was even the first stream for this year. So, yeah, hopefully it will be again a cool streaming year where I think the mostly just having fun with animation, but maybe, yeah, also answering your questions, doing small tutorials. And with that, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for joining the stream. I hope to see you in the next one, maybe in another day of this week. Not sure yet when, but yeah, you will find it here on YouTube. Maybe I will also do for the next one an announcement. And then I'm going to see you somewhere on the socials, on Discord, or Patreon, or in the next stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.